My name is Gus Olson, and I've approached thousands of women in real life. These are women that I didn't know before with no prior connection. I just saw them on the street, beach, park, and went to talk to them. And in this video, I'll talk about the lessons that I've learned. Lesson number 1, you come for the results and stay for the process. A lot of guys turn to day game and real life interactions as a last resort. Their dating lives suck, they feel lonely, and online is not working. So then they decide, okay, I actually have no other options than to go talk to them in real life. And in the beginning, you constantly dread doing this and talking to women in real life. You hate the feeling of being rejected. And all you want is just to quickly get a girlfriend or someone you can sleep with and exit the game. However, with time, you start getting better at it and you start getting more positive reactions and less negative reactions. Women stay longer to talk to you. You start going on dates with more interesting women, and slowly you start to fall in love with the game and with the process. In the last 12 months, I've went on dates with well over 100 fantastic women, and people often ask me, why don't you just settle down? Or why don't you just find a few friends with benefits and just stay with them and stop approaching? Isn't that the goal? I've had a long-term relationship for many years, and even though it was amazing, there wasn't any come to Jesus moment. Being in a relationship was fun, but it had problems too, just like being single. So at this point, I'm not chasing one particular state. I'm rather just enjoying the process of meeting, flirting, and dating beautiful and amazing women and making genuine connections. If I happen to get in a relationship along the way, great. If not, that's fine too. Even beyond that, sometimes I approach women purely as a meditation exercise. Sometimes I've had a long day at work and I just want to take off my mind off things and just talk to people. So instead of searching a random meetup event or going to a party, I just go outside and talk to girls that I find attractive. And after an hour of doing this, my mind is completely fresh and I feel very present and re-energized. Lesson number 2, anyone can do this, but most people don't make it. Now, even though doing this is very fun, it only gets fun once you reach a certain level of mastery. Just like with anything in life. In the beginning, it's mostly painful rejections. And this is the stage where most people quit. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort in the beginning to get good at this. And most people simply are not willing to do what it takes. I feel like this case is very similar to business. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, but as soon as they start a business and run into the first problems, they immediately quit or just try to change their niche. Or they say things like, oh well yeah, business is not really for me. Same with day game. You want to have that confidence, that charisma, that social freedom. But those are things that every guy wants. And if those were easy things to get, everyone would have them. Lesson number 3, it makes you a better person. As I said in the beginning, with doing day game, you face a lot of rejections, but it actually makes you a much better person. For example, in the beginning, you just have to get over your fear of rejection. It hurts getting rejected. It hurts very, very bad, but you have to figure out a way on how to deal with it. And at some point you realize you have to let go of your ego. If you are too arrogant, you simply cannot deal with all of these rejections. This is why a lot of cool guys cannot really do day game. Their ego doesn't allow them to get rejected repeatedly. Once you let go of your ego, you stop obsessing over what people think about you and you just start doing what you want to do. You also have to learn how to deal with your own emotions because doing this is an emotional roller coaster. A girl might show up late to a date. A girl might act disrespectfully. And this helps you deal with your own emotions in other areas of your life. If your colleagues are being disrespectful, you don't get affected too much. You have the emotional capacity to deal with it. Also, it makes you more aware as a person and a better listener. As you talk to thousands of people, you start to see their problems, their challenges, and you develop an empathy for them. Dealing with rejections simply makes you very tough. And when most guys get their first rejection and they go home simply thinking, oh, poor me, I got rejected, you get the rejection, and because of your mental toughness, you keep going. This is extremely underrated because you really develop an extreme mental toughness. Hence, you can deal with the challenges that most people simply cannot deal with. And at this point, after having done thousands of approaches and have faced many rejections, it takes a lot to actually rattle me. Just like fighting and doing MMA helps you develop physical toughness, day game and rejections helps you develop mental toughness. And it turns down the volume on the BS things that used to irritate you, because now they lose the power over you. And lesson number 4, women love being approached. A lot of men say they don't want to approach women because they feel like they're bothering them. In reality, most women that I've approached they absolutely love it. Even if I get rejected because they have a boyfriend or I'm not their type, they usually thank me for the fact that I stopped to talk to them and they tell me to do it more. Sure, there are times where women just ignore me, walk past me, or roll their eyes, but that is a minority. Out of thousands of approaches that I've done in my life, the worst I ever got was women walk around me and ignore me like I wasn't there. However, the positive reactions far outweigh the negative ones, and they're also much stronger. Women have literally thanked me for doing this. They've said, "Oh my God, I'm taken, but I can introduce you to my friends. You should keep doing this. I have a boyfriend, but you can bring your friends and we can just all have a party." Or my favorite is when they tell me that I should be teaching this. Now you know where I got the idea. Now these are just a few lessons that I've learned approaching thousands of women. And as you can see, there's a lot more to approaching women than just trying to collect phone numbers and trying to get laid. It changes who you are and makes you a much better human being in so many different ways. So if this is something that you want to personally do, we can talk about how to get you started. You can book a completely free diagnostic call with me personally, one-on-one. The link is in the description.